We all accumulate things, objects, memories, and mementos that represent different seasons of our lives. Each item tells a story, a small piece of who we were at different points in time. But one day, we look around and realize we have more than we need. Closets are overflowing, storage spaces are packed, and what once brought us joy now feels overwhelming. The thought of decluttering can feel like letting go of the past, like erasing pieces of ourselves. But here's the truth. Decluttering isn't about losing, it's about choosing. It's about deciding what truly matters now and making space for life ahead. This process doesn't have to be painful, it can be actually freeing. When done with care, intention, and a deep respect for the journey that brought us here. So, how do you let go without regret? How do you honor the past while making space for the present and future? Let's take this step together. Letting go isn't just about the stuff, it's about the emotions tied to it. Every item in our home carries a story, and sometimes that story makes it hard to part with things. A dress from a special event, an old book with notes in the margins, a piece of furniture passed down through generations. These aren't just objects, they hold memories. It feels like if we let them go, we might forget the moments attached to them. We also hold on to things because of the what if trap. What if I need this someday? What if I regret letting it go? What if someone asks about it? The truth is, most of the time, someday never comes. We hold on to things out of fear, but in doing so, we weigh ourselves down with stuff we don't actually need. Then there's the guilt. We keep things because they were gifts, because someone who loved owned them, or because we feel obligated. But here's the truth worth holding on to. Keeping something out of guilt doesn't honor the person who gave it to you. What honors them is cherishing the memory, not storing an item out of obligation. Loving the past doesn't mean we need to keep everything from it. When we understand why we hold on, we can begin to let go without regret. Because we see that decluttering doesn't erase the past, it simply makes room for the future. Decluttering a lifetime of belongings doesn't have to be overwhelming. The key is to approach it gently, with patience and respect for the memories attached to each item. Start small. Don't begin with the most sentimental things. Instead, choose an easy category: expired medications, old paperwork, clothes that no longer fit. These small victories build momentum. One of the best ways to declutter without regret is to keep only the best. Instead of keeping every item in a collection, choose the favorite. The best loved sweater, the most cherished photos, the one book you go back to again and again. When you keep only the best, you honor the memory while letting go of the access. Another trick? Take a picture before letting go. If an object holds sentimental value but no longer serves a purpose, snap a photo of it. The memory stays even if the item doesn't. And here's a question that can help. Would I buy this today? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to let it go. Letting go doesn't have to feel like losing. Instead, it can feel like choosing the best of what remains and allowing yourself to move forward with lightness. Deciding what stays and what goes is often the hardest part. But the goal isn't to get rid of everything, it's to keep what truly adds value to your life and let go of what no longer serves you. The things that make you smile, that bring you comfort, that you actually use, those deserve a place in your home. But the things you keep out of guilt, the ones tucked away in boxes, untouched for years, it's okay to release them. And for the sentimental things, don't let them sit in storage. If they're special, use them. Display the old teacups, Wear the jewelry. Keep what makes you happy and let go of what just takes up space. Family heirlooms can be tricky. If you're holding on to something because you feel you have to, ask yourself, does someone else actually want this? If a loved one will truly cherish it, pass it on. If not, it's okay to let go. And don't forget about digital storage. If you're struggling to part with old letters, photos, or recipes, scan them. Save the memories without keeping the clutter. Here's what I want you to remember. Letting go doesn't erase memories. The stories attached to our things don't disappear when you part with them. They live in us, in our hearts, in a way we share them with others. Decluttering is more than just cleaning out your home. It's an emotional process. That's why it's important to approach it in a way that feels manageable and positive. Here are some strategies to make letting go easier. First, set a time limit. Instead of trying to declutter your entire house in one go, set a timer for 20-30 minutes at a time. This keeps you from feeling overwhelmed and prevents decision fatigue. Number 2, the maybe box trick. If you're unsure about something, put it in a box, tape it shut, and label it with today's date. If you don't think about it or need the item within 6 months, you'll know it's safe to let it go. The third strategy is shift your mindset. Focus on what you're keeping, not just what you're letting go of. Instead of thinking about what you're losing, focus on what you're choosing to keep. When you select the best, most useful, and most meaningful things, you're making your space reflect what matters most to you. Another strategy is turn donations into an act of kindness. It's easier to let go when you know your items are going to someone who needs them. Find a local charity, a shelter, or a community group that accepts donations. Knowing your belongings will bring someone else joy makes parting with them feel good instead of sad. Give yourself permission to let go. Sometimes we need to hear that it's okay. It's okay to let go of things that don't fit your life anymore. It's okay to move on from things that once meant a lot but no longer do. You're not obligated to keep everything. You are allowed to prioritize peace and simplicity over access. Here's another strategy. Ask for help if you need it. If decluttering feels too overwhelming to do alone, ask a friend or a family member to help. Sometimes an outside perspective makes it easier to make decisions. And the last strategy is find joy in the space you're creating. As you let go of clutter, take a moment to appreciate the space you're gaining. Imagine a home that feels lighter, where every item has meaning and purpose. That's what decluttering is really about. Not just getting rid of things, but making room for what truly matters. Once you've decluttered, the goal is to keep your home light and free of unnecessary things. But how do you stop clutter from creeping back in? First, change the way you think about new things. Before buying anything, ask yourself, do I really need this? Will it add value to my life? Do I have space for it? If the answer is no, walk away. If you're worried about accumulating clutter again, try the one in, one out rule. For every new item you bring into your home, remove an old item. This keeps things balanced and prevents buildup. Another great way to keep clutter at bay is to create a regular habit of decluttering. Set aside time once or twice a year to go through your home and remove anything you no longer need. The more often you do it, the easier it becomes. Most importantly, embrace the freedom that comes with having less. A home free of clutter is easier to clean, easier to organize, and more peaceful to live in. And remember, your legacy isn't the things you keep, it's in the love, wisdom, and memories you share. Decluttering is more than just tidying up. It's a way of reclaiming your space, your time, and your peace of mind. It's about recognizing that you don't have to hold on to everything to honor your past. Letting go is not about forgetting, it's about making room for the life you want to live now. Every item you release isn't a loss, it's a gain in space, clarity, and freedom. When you clear out the excess, you're not just removing objects, you're lifting a weight off your shoulders. You're creating a home that reflects who you are today, not just who you were 20 or 30 years ago. And most importantly, you're choosing to focus on what truly matters, the people in your life, the moments of joy, the things that bring you real happiness, not just things that take up space. So as you begin this journey, remind yourself, you are not losing anything. You are gaining peace, simplicity, and a lighter, more intentional life. Let go with love, move forward with ease, and embrace the beautiful, clutter-free life that's waiting for you.